Today, we will be taking a walk around the world, away from the usual lifestyle, and looking at some of the most unbelievable places where people have built their homes. It is not only incredible that people live here, but even more astonishing how they live. These are real lives, real struggles, and real resilience. Let us begin. Our first stop is in China, in the mountains of Sichuan province. Here lies Atular village, also known as the Cliff Village. For thousands of years, the Yi people have made their homes on nearly vertical cliffs, perched at altitudes up to 1,600 meters. The path here is not easy. Visitors must first drive through dense forest, and then climb steep ladders and walk along rocky trails. In the past, children going to school risked their lives on these wooden ladders. Today, steel stairways have been built, but the journey is still exhausting. For the Yi people, this was once a matter of safety. Isolation protected them from conflict. But over time, they transformed this harsh landscape into a home. Standing here, you can feel that nothing is impossible when people put their will into action. A forgotten history note, these cliff settlements often date back centuries, shaped by survival and craft. From the cliffs of Asia, we now move to Europe, to the south of Italy. Here lies Matera, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. Its famous district, the Sassi di Matera, is made up of cave dwellings carved directly into soft limestone rock. Walking through these stone alleys feels like traveling back in time. Houses serve as kitchens, workspaces, and sleeping rooms, all carved into the walls of ravines. No modern engines or cars can reach the heart of Matera. The only way is to walk. For centuries, life here was harsh, but today, Matera has been revived. At sunrise, the golden light shining across the stone walls creates a view that feels otherworldly. It is a place where history and human endurance are etched permanently into the cliffs. A brief, forgotten history detail. Matera's cave dwellings were continuously adapted across millennia, blending ancient practice with modern life. Next, we enter the icy silence of Siberia in Russia. Here lives Agafia Lykova, a woman who has survived alone in the wilderness for decades. Born into a family of old believers who fled society in the 1930s, she has lived most of her life cut off from the world. There are no roads, no electricity, and no neighbors. To live here, you need thick clothes, firewood, and survival skills. Agafia grows her own food, traps small animals, and shares meals with her dogs. Wolves sometimes appear, but strangely they do not attack. Perhaps because, in this frozen forest, even the wild creatures have enough food. Her life may seem worrying to us as visitors, but to her, this solitude is safety. It is a reminder that home is not always about comfort. Sometimes, it is about survival and faith. A small, forgotten history aside, many old believer families preserved crafts and songs isolated for generations. Finally, we travel to Africa, just 10 kilometers from the bustling heart of Lagos, Nigeria. Here lies Makoko, a vast floating community often called the Venice of Africa. Over 200,000 people live here, in houses built on stilts above the water. Children paddle small wooden canoes to school. Families fish in the lagoon, dry their catch on wooden planks, and sell it in floating markets. This community began in the 19th century, when fishermen settled on the water. Back then, the lagoon was clean and full of fish. Today it is polluted, but the people remain. There is little electricity, no proper sewage system, and access to clean drinking water is scarce. Yet the people of Makoko live with remarkable energy and joy. For them, the water is life itself, a legacy of survival and resilience passed down through generations. From vertical cliffs to carved caves, from frozen forests to floating villages, each place redefines what home can be. These are not scenes from an animation, but real lives, real struggles, and real resilience. In every place, small gestures tell the biggest stories. Hands that build, hands that cook, hands that teach. Wherever people endure, there is also warmth, joy, and community. It is astonishing how adaptation, faith, and sheer will create homes in the most unlikely places. Each place is a chapter in a larger human story. If you visit, be respectful. These are lived-in communities. Travel lightly and listen first. Bring sturdy footwear, patience, and a willingness to walk where vehicles cannot go. Quick fact: Atular, cliff-dwelling Matera, centuries-old cave city. Agafia, old believer survivor. Makoko, century-old lagoon community. Each community carries traditions often overlooked by mainstream history. These places remind us that home is shaped by history, environment, and the choices people make to survive and thrive. When you travel, seek stories like these. They change how you see the world. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll keep exploring the hidden, mysterious, and awe-inspiring corners of the world. Join us on the next walk. Thanks for watching.